Hello and welcome to Get to Know Science. This video is about meiosis. In the previous video we looked at mitosis and the cell cycle, and it consisted of three stages. We had interphase, mitosis and cytokinesis, and it produced two new cells which were genetically identical and contained 46 chromosomes each. The vast majority of our cells are made in this way, except for our gametes. Gametes are sex cells, so sperm cells and egg cells, and they contain 23 chromosomes each. So an egg cell will contain 23 chromosomes, as will a sperm cell, and they are produced by a process of cell division called meiosis. In mitosis, a cell divides once, forming two clones, but in meiosis it divides twice, which forms 4 genetically unique cells. So let's have a look at the process of meiosis. We start with a cell which has 46 chromosomes arranged in 23 pairs. So this is just a normal cell containing the normal number of chromosomes, 46. I've only drawn 4 here, and they are arranged in pairs, so I have 2 pairs. In each pair, one of the chromosomes comes from the father and one from the mother. So let's assume the red one comes from the father and the blue comes from the mother. And the two chromosomes within a pair contain different versions of the same genes. So the first step is interphase, and it happens as normal. During interphase, the DNA is replicated, as we see happening here. This means that each of the 46 chromosomes is copied, and we can see here that our chromosomes have been copied, and the two copies are held together by the center. Then in the first stage of meiosis, some of the genes are swapped within a pair between the chromosome from the father and the one from the mother. So this gene is randomly chosen, and within a pair we have one chromosome from the mother and one from the father, and they will swap certain genes. And then the cell will divide, forming 2 cells, and each of the cells will have its own copy of each chromosome. But you notice it takes with it the altered chromosome where that gene was swapped. And these 2 new cells will immediately divide again. And you'll notice that the DNA was not copied this time. So there was no replication of DNA this time. So the 4 new cells that have been made are all genetically unique, and also only contain half the normal number of chromosomes. So if you think back to the first cell we looked at, it contained 4 chromosomes, and these contain 2 each. So in the real world, these cells would only each contain 23 chromosomes, and these are gametes. They would be either sperm cells or egg cells, depending on you. If you're a male, they'd be sperm cells, and if you're a female, they'd become egg cells. So the process of meiosis results in 4 new cells which are all genetically different to each other. They are genetically unique, and they also contain half the number of normal chromosomes. They only contain 23 rather than 46. And the reason that gametes need to have half the number of chromosomes, which by the way is called a haploid cell. A haploid cell has half the number of chromosomes, and a diploid cell has the full number, 46. Haploid would have half, which is 23. So the reason they need to be haploid cells is because the sperm cell will combine with the egg cell. So they each carry 23 chromosomes. When they combine, their nuclei will fuse together, and the resulting fertilized egg will contain 46 chromosomes. In other words, 23 pairs. And each of those pairs will contain a chromosome from the sperm and a chromosome from the egg. So you have 23 pairs making 46 total chromosomes in the fertilized egg. So that's why the gametes need to have half the usual number of chromosomes, why they need to be haploid cells. And meiosis is how they are formed. Okay, so that was meiosis. I hope you found it useful. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe and share, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.